Hello everybody, welcome back. It has been a slow week, I have to admit, but we do have some interesting info to discuss regarding not only the development of our favorite game, and in general the hard work of the developers in their battle against the remaining bugs, but also regarding the feature that was shown to us in Around the Verse, a feature of great interest thanks to our discussion earlier this week. But before we go ahead and take a look at Burndown and the remaining bugs, the anniversary sale was announced. Finally, we have an idea, we know exactly when the anniversary sale is going to take place. The sale will go live around 2 weeks from now on November 24th and will continue until December 4th. We don't have much info about the program and the details of this anniversary sale, but we will learn a lot more next week in the new newsletter. Like with every year, the anniversary sale is a great opportunity to acquire vessels that are not in general available, so keep an eye, and as soon as we have more info about it, I will let you know. Now let's move on and discuss about Burndown. We had a slightly different format this week, a good, more detailed look at the different aspects, at the problems the developers are dealing with and have to solve, and in general their overall work in order to make the gameplay experience smoother. So we had a better and more detailed look at the different aspects of the Alpha 3.0. Right now there are 6 aspects: shopping and cargo, mission, ships and vehicles, traversal, mobiGlas, and performance and stability. Another difference for the Burndown had to do with the no more numbers given for the bugs remaining until the next phase for the Evocati. We have no more info about this, we don't really know, and the focus is on the bugs and the tasks remaining on each one of these 6 aspects. Let's move on to the production schedule report now and get the bad news out of the way first. There are 25 more bugs and 35 more tasks than last week, so we have in total 82 bugs, 269 tasks, and 1 brand new feature request that we will have to see solved before we can have the Alpha 3.0 on our hands. These numbers are definitely not good, but they may have to do something with the increased activity of the Evocati earlier this week, so maybe it's not really that bad of a situation, but just an increased number of bugs thanks to the increased activity of testing. The good news from the production schedule report have to do with the quarterly releases that CIG seem to be determined to make a reality. After the Alpha 3.0 update is released, CIG will shift to quarterly releases, something that will be possible thanks to the Delta Patcher as well. We are going to get a new roadmap. Right now we have no idea what comes after Alpha 3.0, but as soon as the new website is released, something that will probably happen with the release of the 3.0, we are going to get a new roadmap and we will know which features will make their appearance with each one of the next updates. One thing I really like about this announcement is CIG's claim that if a feature can make it with the new update, with the new release, then it will be transferred to the next release, so that will probably mean no more delays and updates will come on time. We will have to wait and see. We will have to have faith in CIG and believe that the Delta patch is going to be that good that will help the developers to push out more content a lot more often. There are many info in the production schedule report, not only bugs that have been fixed in the previous week, but also what the developers are working on right now and what the next steps are. I'm going to mention one only thing, that engineering is working on finalizing the way that AI determines when players get interrupted while they are in quantum travel. You guessed correctly, this is about interdictions and how the game decides when you will be interdicted when traveling in the verse. Fingers crossed. The good news don't stop here. Regarding the increased activity of the Evocati earlier this week, we got a confirmation of the Evocati stress testing 60 people servers with some very good results and good FPS. These are indeed great news and the performance is overall improved. Hopefully we will see bigger servers when the Alpha 3.0 will be here and all the waiting will be worth it. Moving on, Quantum Travel was interestingly the feature that Around the Verse has focused on this week, and this was indeed a very nice surprise since we were discussing about Quantum Travel earlier this week and in general how the traveling times are going to affect our everyday life in the verse. In Around the Verse, the focus was not on the traveling times, but instead on how the developers are changing the whole quantum travel experience in order to make it a more beautiful experience, and make each trip in the verse, in the persistent universe, to feel unique. To achieve this, the developers have not only added more new spectacular effects, but also have changed the process, the sequence that the ship will have to follow in order to quantum travel to another destination. So instead of the linear quantum jump, quantum travel that we have right now in the persistent universe, there are going to be 5 phases of quantum drive. The initial ramp, where you go from your current speed, whether that is 0 or the speed that you were traveling with, to afterburner, and you will have to reach a specific speed, a specific velocity in order to begin the next phase, which is the ramp up phase, where your vessel suddenly hits the maximum quantum travel velocity. After that, you can cruise for a specific amount of time at that maximum velocity, and when you are getting closer to your destination, the ramp down part of the process begins, and eventually when you are out of the quantum travel effects, you can speed down and reach your destination, land, do whatever you want. It is very clear how different this new quantum travel method is going to be from what we have right now, which is a pretty linear experience. You just pick a destination and travel there at your maximum velocity almost from the beginning of your journey. There is no ramping up, there is no ramping down. This new method of quantum travel certainly makes the experience a lot more realistic and a lot more beautiful with all the effects that we are going to discuss right now, but at the same time it creates questions about the length of your journey and if all these extra phases are going to increase the time that we will need in order to travel from point A to point B in the verse. The addition of the ramping up part of the process is definitely what is making the whole experience much better, is definitely what is making quantum travel to feel a lot more realistic but also more spectacular. But at the same time, the developers have also added new effects that will help us not only understand what is going on, but admire our ship, admire our journey even more. We now have different effects that are happening at different speeds, and the developers can tweak the effects to be based off speed. So we have spooling effect, entry and exit effects when we are entering or exiting the quantum barrier, when we have reached our maximum quantum travel velocity and we are seeing the tunneling effect. We can also witness residue appearing from the front of the ship that cones around the front of the nose of the ship and then lifts up more like whizzing flares, with different colors based on the engine trails of each ship. Overall, the new effects and the new method of quantum travel looks great, and I am sure it will feel great when we will get it in the verse, but I would also love to hear some thoughts from the developers regarding the travel times in the verse. Maybe next week, we will hear more thoughts of the developers on the travel times, since this was only the first part of quantum travel. This is everything I wanted to share with you today. I would love to hear your opinion about the anniversary sale, if you are waiting this sale to buy a specific vessel, and which one of course, and what you think about the increased number of bugs and tasks we got from the production schedule report this week. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am Squid of Love and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.